morning, everybody. A fabulous day today to all of you. Today I'm sharing with you one of my favorite composers, Clementi. Clementi is an Italian composer, and he lived in the 18th century, and he and Mozart could be even compared as brothers. Their music is so similar, so light, so crisp, and their renditions are just very powerful. A little story about these two composers, who are actually my favorite composers, Clementi and Mozart. They are my favorite. Mozart and he were invited by the Roman Emperor at the time to perform at his court, and they were supposed to do certain renderings, and they did, and they both won an award. They were both found to be extremely talented. Of course, Mozart, that little short man who had lots of ego problems, didn't like that at all. He was like, oh, how could they award Clementi such a thing? He's so mediocre, and so on and so forth. And Clementi, of course, goes back and says, oh, Mozart was great. He's so talented, and he was amazing. And you could so see from where the two people were coming from. And he didn't stop at that, Mozart. He later went on to call Clementi mediocre, but in the later years he actually borrowed one of Clementi's harmonic and melodic lines and used it in one of his own compositions, I beg your pardon. And Clementi had a good old laugh and said, you know what, you're calling me mediocre, but you're borrowing my music. Like, what's that about? So as you can see, Mozart is a very childish and immature nature that comes out in his music, and I think that adds to his charm. And Clementi, of course, is a very beautifully structured melodic lines. Most of his music is written all in the major key, which I like. I like a lot of major sounds. I'm a happy kind of person, so even my music, I think, reflects that. So I'm going to leave you now with Rondo, which is a second movement of a sonatina, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I liked playing it for you. Have a super day. Enjoy.